Ranga on the move. Hello, welcome back to the final installment of our Sumatra trip. 4 days into the jungle begins now. Let's go. En route somewhere, drop these bags off, take a day bag, and that's it. Fingers crossed for some orangutans and hornbills. Okay, that's where it begins. So we're staying at this eco lodge here. So we're doing it slightly different to most companies. This company Green Hill, they're the only ones that go out of the Bukit Lawang area for trekking into this area called Kutalangis or Kutaslanga. So in the Bukit Lawang area, all the orangutans and everything, you're guaranteed to see them because they're, well, pretty much guaranteed because they're semi-wild. So they're fed, they know to come to humans. The reason we chose this company is because they don't do that. So your chances of seeing them are much less, but at least they're wild. And you can just wild camp, like just set up camp every night, but we decided to go a little bit nicer and have a lodge to at least come back to every night and have a shower, and then do day treks from there. So we got 3 days of this, and then on the final day we kind of head towards where most of the other people go. So should be good. Don't know how hard it's going to be yet. And luckily we didn't pay for a private trek, but it has turned out to be a private trek, which is great. So there's me, Lauren, Ando, who's our guide, and then some dude behind me who I don't know his name yet. Mimpin. Okay, so his name is Mimpin. Yeah, we got lucky on the way here this morning just to go and have breakfast. There was just an orangutan in the tree opposite, so that was cool. Didn't film it, but got a couple of pictures. So let's see how we go. I got my day bag loaded, 3 litres of water, camera equipment. Let's go. So Ando has shown us these little plants here, and if you touch them, they close.
Yes. So mimosa, that is also we can use as a medicine, but I don't know. I never try.
Yeah.
When I learned at book before, so we can use the root for medicine.
Yeah.
When we have got like inflamed eyes.
Ah, really?
And also inflamed
Spider. Baby spiders.
also inflamed intestine. When we have a problem with intestine inside. But I never try before.
Yeah, you're healthy.
And what are they called? Mimosa.
Mimosa
Like the drink, mimosa.
in Indonesia we call it putri malu.
Putri
Okay.
Size, like princess size.
Yeah, okay. So interesting. I think I've seen them somewhere else before, maybe in Borneo.
Maybe.
Can't remember. I was just saying, who's concreted this? And why? We're in the middle of the jungle. It is extremely humid, and there are a gazillion mosquitoes. That's okay. It's all part of the jungle. First river crossing. Shoes off. More like a stream. Hang on, let me step down here a second. Whoa. There we go. It's like knee-high deep. Last time I did a little river crossing like this,
Look how it's the weather.
was in a big trek that I did in Thailand. Well, I say a big trek, I think 4 or 5 day. And they said, oh, check everywhere for leeches when you get to the other side. So I did, and one place I forgot to check was in between my toes. So I put my socks on, and about 2 hours later I thought, why is my foot so wet? And I took my trainer off and my sock was just red, just covered in blood. So I'll be sure right now to check for leeches properly. Yeah, I have a towel. Okay, let me get my shoes back on. See you in a minute. Okay, this is interesting. Just as we've finished crossing the river, Mippins is putting something called tobacco water over our trainers and socks. And it stops the leeches? Is that what it's for? Leeches? Yeah, okay.
That's for anti-leech.
Yeah, anti-leech. So they just soak your socks.
It's literally tobacco in water, is it? Yeah.
Yes.
Huh. I can smell the tobacco. It smells good. It's a good time for me to buy new shoes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They're obviously somewhat bad because he's getting right in there. Okay. Okay.
That way? Just around?
No, you can start from there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Meanwhile, he's just rocking rubber shoes and no socks. The difference between locals and us. Guys, this is not easy. Oh, I've fallen over once so far.
Slippery,
Yeah, very slippery.
Go keparkan aja Ruha, medalik karin dabuh terus kedua. Ruha aja go, buka ke sepatumu ini.
Oh, nearly went then. I was just saying, it's funny because we're like half an hour into this. Sorry, the lighting here sucks, but that's what you're getting. We're like half hour in, we got 4 days of this. Oh yeah, we got to take our shoes off. I'll tell you in a minute. Alright, just stopped for our first break. This is it's hard work. You have to really concentrate because you're just coming down. Like obviously when we went up first, you're just coming down, it's so slippery.
We've had a lot of rain, haven't we?
Yeah, it's had a lot of rain over the last few months and this is proper jungle, like we are deep in the jungle. Lauren reckons we're very underprepared, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. Even clothes, like our clothes, they're like drenched and we're an hour in and we've got 4 days.
Yeah, I don't think we packed adequately for this trip. But, you know.
And obviously drying clothes in the jungle.
Yeah, drying clothes in the jungle is like a no-go, but it's all good. It'll be fun. I love an adventure. It's funny though because Lauren never wants to do anything like this and I just drag her into it. The compromise is that we get the lodge at the end of the night. If it was me, I would obviously just sleep in the jungle, but you know, there has to be a compromise. So hours of trekking, she at least gets a bed at the end of it and a shower. But I just said to her, as long as you don't nearly die on this one, every trip that we've done, or where we've done big like treks, Annapurna, she ended up in ICU. You got sick in the Amazon, didn't you?
Amazon, okay.
Oh, you're okay in the Amazon. But anyway, let's hope none of us come close to death here.
My socks are wet, my shoes are wet.
And then I got to carry this massive camera around, which makes it really hard for me to like climb down stuff because it's just swinging around. I could put it in my backpack obviously, but then it's not on hand if we see something and I need my camera quick. So it makes it a little harder for me, but it's all good. Worth it. We're going to be tired by the end of today, that's for sure. And I'm glad I went and had my head skinned yesterday because it's hot as balls. Yeah, beginning of a good adventure. Okay, we're about 2 hours into the trek and no wildlife as yet. We've seen a couple of Thomas leaf monkeys and things like that, like jumping from tree to tree, but nothing up close. No orangutans as yet. Lauren has had to wear my trousers because she's ripped hers open, because Lauren thought it would be a good idea to wear these like Thailand elephant trousers on a trek, and they've ripped right open straight up the middle. So I've given her mine and I'm wearing these just in case leeches go up. But that tobacco stuff they've rubbed on your thing, it's actually really good. Like you take your shoe off and you've got like 20 leeches in each shoe, but they're all dead. So yeah, they obviously just crawl in there and then just die. So that's good stuff. Better than the salt we used in Nepal. We just come all the way back down again, stopped at a little waterfall. Beautiful. My favourite terrain in the world is jungle. Obviously you don't get the views that you do from mountains, but just feels cool. Tropical, sweaty. Lauren said she looks like a geography teacher. Are you enjoying the trek?
Yeah, it's okay. There's not much wildlife.
No,
That's all I would say.
Not much going on at all, is there?
Compared to the other rainforests and jungles we've been to around the world.
Yeah, like the
Some
Amazon, you walk 5 meters and there's something. There's snakes or poison dart frogs or
even when we're in Africa.
yeah, Africa, there's just stuff everywhere. Whereas here, doesn't really seem to be anything here at the moment. I mean, it is obviously, it's around. It just doesn't want to be seen, I guess, is the correct term for it. It's around but doesn't want to be seen. You know, you can hear stuff. You can hear hornbills. You can hear. I mean, it's across this river.
Well, we've had some monkeys.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, we've had a couple of monkeys nearby, but nothing. But that's part of wildlife, I guess. Part of trekking in nature. Sometimes you get lucky in the first hour. Sometimes it takes days, and we've still got 3 whole days of this.
I mean, I was hoping I'd see an orangutan today, so that maybe I can relax at the lodge tomorrow. But the longer it takes me to see an orangutan, the more days I have to trek.
Yeah. Alright, I just got to concentrate here because this is slippy. That first river that we crossed, apparently that rises like rapidly, and that's the access out of the jungle basically, so I'm guessing, yeah, if it's torrential then we won't be trekking. Expensive day to sit in a lodge, I guess. Again, that's nature. Alright, let's get some water, I suppose, and then carry on. Lunch done. Back up. Whee. Right. Whee. Oh man, the hole on these trousers is just getting bigger and bigger. If I don't have at least 10 leeches on my gooch by the time we get back, I'll be surprised. All good?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a leech check, shall we? One, two. Three. 4 on that foot. Let's have a look in here. 3 in there. You're lucky smell-o-vision isn't a thing, I tell ya. Let's check this one. About 6 in there, and a couple in the shoe. But, as I said, they're all dead. I haven't checked my balls. There is there's one on my boxers. I'm gonna have to put you down. You probably won't want to see that. Okay, been in the walls a bit after that trek. Man, because I was wearing those trousers that Lauren ripped up the middle. They just ripped and ripped and ripped throughout the day. And by the end of it, they were just wide open. And the leeches just... I didn't get many, but put it this way, I had 1 on my nuts. So they were bleeding. And then I had 2 on my legs, which got me there and there. So they were pouring blood earlier. And then I had 1 on my arm and 1 on my upper thigh. So I didn't have too many, but I've also twisted my knee like I did in Annapurna. I really damaged it when we were doing Annapurna. And I haven't had the injury since, like it hasn't hurt since, but today I slipped and I fell over and I twisted it. And I knew straight away, and it's just been getting gradually worse. So hopefully I'll be alright over the next few days. But we made it back to the lodge about 3:15. So there wasn't like tons of trekking. I think we did like 5 hours, which was enough for the first day. So anyway, I'll show you the lodge. Oh, I come all the way down here. So this is where they're going to be cooking later over here. And this is where we are. So this is, or was, an old palm oil plantation, and the woman that owns this is British, and she moved here like 25 years ago. And anyway, I don't know when they purchased this, but they knocked it all down, or chopped it all down, and built it into an eco lodge. So this was the first one, but this has just been newly renovated. So this is up here, this little area to chill. We've got electricity too, which is kind of nice. And then in here, got a fan, which is good. Double bed, mosquito net, bunk beds in here. So this is obviously the family lodge, but they just gave it to us because it's low season, there's no one here. And look at this bathroom is huge. Only cold shower, no hot water at all here in this village in general. There's like a little village about 5 minutes up that way, and there's no hot water there at all. Yeah, nice little place to hang out. And there's a couple of hornbills, we think. They were hornbills just in the tree. Like right here. But I missed the... I couldn't see the beak, so I don't know what type they were. But yeah, no wildlife as such today on the treks. We heard an alpha male orangutan, like the one with the big like plate head. And he was doing like a big call, but we couldn't find him. So that's just part of it.
And he was quite far away.
Yeah, Lauren reckons he's pretty far away, which I agree with. No, like you're in the depth of the jungle, so you're under the canopy. You can't see through. Like whereas in Borneo, when you're doing the tours there, it's all by river. So obviously most wildlife comes to the edge of a river because you tend to get fruit there. And just food in general, so and close to water, so that's where they tend to hang out. Whereas here you're like deep in the jungle, so you can't. There's no way of spotting anything as such. Hopefully we get a bit more luck over the next couple of days. It's just nature. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. And I'm still bleeding. And yeah, it does look like it's going to rain, which is good. If it rains in the evenings, that's fine, which tends to happen during like rainforests. So. Or, tropical climate. So yeah, anyway, no luck today. Maybe tomorrow. So, looks like we might not be trekking today. Basically, as I was saying yesterday, the rivers rise so fast here. Once it's raining, you can't get out the jungle. The guide says that we basically just have to stay here. So we'll see what happens. I mean, we were meant to go at 9, it's now 10. We'll see, but maybe it's good for my knee to rest up today anyway. It looks like it might just be a day of being sat around. I guess we'll update you if the rain clears. Okay, the rain has passed. And they reckon it's good to go, even though he said to wait a few hours. Like 10 minutes after the rain, he's like, okay, let's go. But I have a stick today, which might help with my knee a little bit. Jackfruit. Day 3. As you can see, we are not trekking. And I didn't film anything on the trek yesterday, apart from that first bit of the video that you saw. As you saw, first thing in the morning, it was pouring with rain, and we didn't think we were going to trek at all, and then he was like, okay, let's go. So we did. And because it had been raining so much, the terrain was just like extra slippy. We still did like 6 hours? 6 hours of trekking. Went to a couple of waterfalls.
And lots more leeches too.
Yeah, a load more leeches. It was actually a really enjoyable trek yesterday. Like it wasn't super hard apart from the fact that it was slippery. But we just saw nothing. I don't even think we saw one monkey yesterday, did we?
I said we didn't even see a spider.
Yeah,
There's literally nothing.
it's really sad. Like there's just I don't know why I've always imagined Sumatra to just be full of wildlife, but there's just nothing here. Like you can hear stuff, so it obviously is around, but
it's not in abundance.
Yeah, it's not an abundance of wildlife compared to like the Amazon or Borneo. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing really, but I guess that's just part of the whole trekking in nature thing. Anyway, the reason we're not trekking a day, which is really annoying because it's probably the best weather today, like you can see from here. Well, maybe you can't, but my knee yesterday by the end of the day, like I couldn't even walk properly by the end of it. It was killing. And then Roy here, who's like works at the camp, he put this like natural ointment stuff on it last night, and it's like helped it loads. So we probably could have trekked today, but because we haven't seen anything over like 15 hours of trekking or whatever, we're kind of like, let's just rest up today, and then be good for the trek tomorrow, which is back in Bukit Lawang, which is kind of like where you're more likely to see wildlife. So I'd rather not trek here today and be able to trek there tomorrow rather than vice versa. So we're just resting up for the day, and you kind of had enough as well, and you just weren't really interested in going again today.
Tomorrow we're kind of guaranteed to see stuff because it's the tourist place to go, which is really sad that that's how we've got to do it.
Yeah, it is. I'm sure like if you trekked here, 5 times a month or whatever, you're definitely gonna see stuff. But yes, anyway, that's why we're not trekking today. So we're just hanging out at this little lodge
and drying our shoes and clothes.
Yeah, we washed all of our stuff yesterday because our shoes were just filthy. So we're drying all that out today whilst it's sunny, which is nice because we got a flight tomorrow back to Kuala Lumpur, or to Kuala Lumpur, not back to.
Oh no. The day after.
Day after, yeah.
Going
Sorry.
to the dam tomorrow.
So we wanted to make sure all our clothes were clean and everything like that. So that's what we're doing today. Alright, lunch has arrived. We have noodle soup with eggs today. And like a ridiculous amount of watermelon and a rambutan. Rambutan. These are awesome. They're like lychees. You get them all over Asia, but they're only in certain seasons. Some passion fruits as well. It's what I love about Asia. Every time you have like food, breakfast, lunch, dinner, there's just like the freshest of fruit that you could get, and it's always really good, isn't it? Yeah. So that's how they look after us here. Okay, we're going to try durian. Roy's gone and got this durian. So this is the Thai durian, yeah?
Yeah. The Thailand, the Bangkok durian. You take one.
Ah.
No, that one, yeah, that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Hang on. I'll just take a little
Just a
bit.
bit.
A little bit, like this. I try.
Brother?
Yeah, I'll try some.
Oh, this one smells different.
I don't think I like it.
Oh. It smells different. when
Whoa,
it's on the tree.
okay. Whoa. I've been saying I like the smell of it when it's in the tree, but when you smell it close up, that is...
Yeah. And then also, when you eating the durian and then make it like that, very...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
No?
No, I don't like
you don't like it?
No.
Oh,
Roy loves it.
I didn't like it in Vietnam, so let's try it here.
Oh.
But like me, with the organ, already one, we are eating.
Whoa.
Oh, that's like onion.
Oh, that
Whoa!
What's that?
genuinely nearly made me throw up.
You see.
How can you eat that? Whoa.
No, thank you, Roy.
No. I don't think I will ever eat it.
Hello guys. Good. I like it.
Okay, that's twice I've tried that now.
Yeah, because why? Because in local, in
Whoa.
here normally durian king of the fruit.
Yeah.
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 If you watch my Vietnam video, I described it as onion custard, and that is exactly what it's like. It's just, yeah, I will never ever try that again. Gross.
That is the rules from the government.
Alright, fourth and final day. We checked out of the lodge. We came back to,
Well, and here is border between Gunung Leuser National Park to
it's the border. So we've come back to Bukit Lawang. We didn't see anything where we were last time. So this is where they're kind of like semi-wild. Well, they are wild, but they're just used to humans. let's see, hopefully it's our last day in Sumatra today as well, so if we don't see any today, not good. It says here, do not feed, do not touch, do not throw the trash, keep the distance, 7 to 10 meters. I don't think that applies to a lot of guides here because they do feed them. Ready to roll? The paths here are already much wider compared to where we were. So let's see what we see. 2 minutes in, we've already seen a group of Thomas leaf monkeys, nice and close, which I will insert a picture right about now, which I just took. They're too far away to, well, they're close, but on a GoPro it's not, you can't see them very well, so I'll put the pictures that I've taken from my camera throughout this video. Already the terrain is much easier. I suppose it has to be because all the lazy tourists that don't want to actually walk through the proper jungle need an easy path. Our guide Mippin has departed this morning, and we got a new one called Uni. Alright, let's see what else we can find her. I think we have our first orangutan. It's somewhere here. Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah. Just moving. See if we can get you closer. Okay, it's a mum and baby. I'll try to get some good pictures. Okay, here we've got a group of white-handed gibbons. I can't get a picture, they're too far away, but like we can see them quite well, but there's too many bushes for my camera to pick them up. I'll see if I can get like a stock image and put it here. They are super cool. It's almost cooler than seeing the orangutan. Anyway, they're in that tree over the back there. Probably just heard them talking. The good thing about setting off this early, we're in the park at 9, is there's no other tourists. Everywhere else you start really early in the morning. Here it seems to be like 10 o'clock. So I was like, nah, let's go early, see if we can beat all the tourists. So now hopefully every time we see something, we'll be the first to get there. But they say this is semi-wild, but it's definitely wild. They're just used to humans and there's more fruit around. So, you know, this is still a massive open jungle. It's not semi-wild. You can hear them. Very cool. Super long arms. Anyway, onwards. Alright, we've got some groups of hornbills that we've passed a few, but every time you get close to them, they fly off, and then they're too far. So there's one up here. Let's see if we can see it. It looks like a great hornbill from the distance.
You can try when you cook it, just.
Okay, that was a wooded hornbill. Wooded hornbill, not a great hornbill. So the wooded hornbills are rare.
How did you take this picture?
That is this one.
This one's on Google.
In English.
I'll put the picture that I took on here, but it's shit. And then I'll put one from Google. So yeah, the wooded hornbill, the wrinkled hornbill, and the helmeted hornbill are the three rarest. And then oriental pied are kind of rare. And then you have a great hornbill and a rhinoceros hornbill. And there's another one with a black beak. They're the more common ones. But hopefully we can get some more pictures of hornbills, because they're one of my favourite birds, along with toucans. But they're always far away, and you know, this lens is okay, but it's never going to get something that far. Next wildlife trip we do, I'll buy a big lens, and we'll get some proper shots. Very cool though. And we're still beating the tourists, apart from those two that were just there. We're still the first ones. Okay, I've rookie mistaked it. Every day I've had my GoPro batteries on me, or my DJI batteries, and today I didn't bring any spares, and I'm down to, I don't know, like quarter of a battery, so I'm going to have to reserve you and just show you only the really good stuff from now on. But anyway, just quick, just stop for a fruit break.
Oh, the fresh fruit. Delicious.
Okay, so review so far is, in high season this would be horrible. There would be way too many people. In low season this is great. There's like hardly anyone, especially if you get moving early, and of course you just get all the wildlife to yourself. So if you're thinking of doing a trek in Sumatra and you think, you know, the place that we went before, I'll find the exact name of the park. I can't remember. It's like, I can't even remember. Yeah, if you're thinking between, you know, going completely wild off the beaten track where there is nobody, or here, in low season 100% pick here, and it's like half the cost. We paid 10 million rupiah, which is like $990 or something, or $900 to do this. And you know, we only do this sort of more popular trek at the end on the last day, and it's just superior, far superior in my opinion. It's easier, yeah, more wildlife. It's just better. In high season, especially when the trees are fruiting, you're probably better off going to the other place. But from what we've experienced, just go here and just deal with the fact that there's other tourists. You know, we're tourists, they're tourists, you're going to be a tourist. So yeah. Anyway, let's tuck into this fruit. Whoa. Nearly fell over.
I have little legs. You okay?
Yeah. Ring ini mendarudan teng. Lalu ini sedang hari itu. Ini kok lang maksud lau, dua lau. Ini ada lang.
Okay, made it to the top of the mountain. So it's about 45 minutes to an hour down to the river, and then we jump on like a tube, like a river tube raft thing, and then like tube all the way back to Bukit Lawang. So on the way up we just saw some Simon gibbons, which was pretty cool. I couldn't get a picture though really. Laura managed to get one, but they're too far away. But that was one of the last things I wanted to see, was the Simons, and I'd like to have seen a hornbill closer up. But yeah, we got pretty lucky. It was a good day, wasn't it? No male orangutan, but we got mum and baby, which is good enough for us. So again, they say they're semi-wild, as I said earlier, but it's wild, and we've been trekking for 4 hours nearly, and that's kind of all, like, that's the only orangutan that we've seen. So again, it is luck of the draw. We're more than happy with what we've seen today. It was awesome.
I'm just glad we saw an orangutan. That's why we came. So
Yeah,
we saw one.
yeah, which is good, and it ended the trip on a high.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
And we've only seen like 10 other tourists in here in the whole 4 hours, so it's been nice and quiet, which is good.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's
are you happy
definitely
with today?
yeah, it's definitely worth coming in low season. That's for sure. 100%. I recommend.
We wouldn't come in high season.
No.
would we?
But I would come back to here. I'd like to come back here and do like a multi-day trek through
Yeah.
this area, just because it keeps you motivated, because you're seeing things, so it's more enjoyable, gives you more energy to trek. You know, the other one you don't see anything, so you're like, and it just gets you down. And plus the treks were a lot harder. Here, like you saw in the last bit, we're still going up, like relatively steep, and it is proper jungle, but the other one is just completely untouched. There's no path. You're cutting trees to get through, and branches. So it's still, you still need to be somewhat fit to do this. Like, you can't just come here as a big blump and just hope that you can get up here, because you won't. But it's a lot easier here. So if you're not like me, I haven't been to the gym for like a year, so I wouldn't say I'm in any great shape at the moment, and I can do it. So if you're somewhat active, you'll be fine. But it's still a bit of a trek. But yeah, would highly recommend. Hopefully we see some stuff on the way down. If we do, I'll put in pictures or film it or whatever we can. I'm down to like 15%, and I want to film the tube on the way back down. So unless we see something, I guess we'll see you there. Okay, we made it to the rafting, and it's just started raining. So there, pack all our things up in there, and then we jump into this and bob on off down there. So we're gonna be absolutely soaked by the time we get there.
So we will need to get changed.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to get changed before we get in a taxi to Medan. So there was no more animals on the way down, so not much to show ya. So I guess signing off from the Sumatran jungle. We'll be back for sure, maybe next year or something. We'd like to do some more time here.
Yeah, what do you reckon?
Yeah, signing off. We'll end it with a little video of us bobbing down the river. See ya! Let's go! Oh, it's like being on the rapids. Woo!
Agak tongnya pengen
pushing through. Hope it's the right one.
Hello. Pwede pempat. Karawarla terus mulai. Lati, ini bang kampak. Tingin apa nih?
Pants are wet. Yours.
Hah? Lati
Maybe that's why they say about
Daun sama. Salah. Oh, ini semula. Banyak kali dosa kalian itu.
Didn't know this was
Para lagi.
Well, we definitely got to get changed now. We're soaked.
Mabuk. Makan.
Here we go again.
Ando, you didn't tell me I was going to get wet.